Morning. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I see a couple people are already here. I'm happy to see you. Happy to be here. I hope everybody's well. And I hope that everybody is staying calm and at ease and finding ways to take care in this season, in these strange days. I hope you are healthy, first and foremost. Give me a quick chat. Let me know who's here. I turned the fire on this morning. Such a lovely treat. You can't see, there's a fireplace off to the side. Hey, Marla. A joy to practice with you as well, for sure. Got my buddy here on his pillow. Maybe he'll stay quiet today. Maybe not. You never know. Hi, Ray. Good morning. Great to see you. All right. Well, I will go ahead and begin in a moment. Hey, Catherine. Good morning. I understand there are a few people who are regular viewers of the Monday live stream. Hey, Gail. Hey, Mary Beth, but can never be here live because of work schedules. So that's a shout out to you. You know who you are, and I'm glad that you can catch up whenever it makes sense for your life. Hi, Jane. Yeah. So, Janet, I know that you will be watching later, and I'm glad for it. All right, let's get started. If you are watching this on this day that I'm recording it, Monday, October 26th, or in the year 2020, or in any of the days leading up to November 3rd, 2020, then you are probably aware of a very important presidential election that's about to happen. This is not breaking news for anybody. It's the soup we're all swimming in, and it is a tense time. And I love to think about the meaning of the word tension. We know that we have an association with the word as a negative thing, that tension breeds stress, and that stress breeds concerns in the body, the mind, and the heart. We know this, and I'm not here to say that's not true. I'm also here to say that there is another way to look at the concept of tension. The word comes from the Latin tensare, which means to hold. And if there were no holding, if there were no way of finding some grasp of a concept or of a person or of a moment in time, then we wouldn't have any strength to then proceed in appropriate ways. So to hold on means to be present, to be grappling with the reality of what's ever in front of us. And I think this is a great gift that we have as human beings in this universe. I think this is a power that we can harness. When a moment arises that is not one of our choosing, if we can create some tension around it, if we can hold on to the things that we can cushion that moment with, to the things that we know are real, to the motivations and inspirations and determinations of our heart, the things that we hold of value, then the tension is a good thing that propels us forward. Uh, as I as I got ready this morning and boiled water to make my tea and pop an English muffin in the toaster, I noticed that the toaster itself is holding some tension around the heat and the coils that are toasting my little muffin. And what a beautiful thing that, that I can enjoy my muffin. My muffin. I mean, that's maybe a silly little example, but tension is critical to a functional life. The problems happen when it gets overblown, when we go too far into the tense hold, and then we have no requisite relief, no corresponding release into the next moment. So a little bit of tension is good, a lot, not so much. Little bit of tension, useful for us to be powerful in a moment. Too much tension, not useful because it holds us back. When we play with this concept in the body in a practice of yoga asana, we can recognize where slight bits of tension and holding in the musculoskeletal realm are the things that allow us to propel the body from one shape to the next. And then the corresponding release is what allows us to flow freely and to move and evolve on a cellular level from moment to moment to moment. So that's what we'll work with today. Come to your mat, and I invite you to sit either on your heels or on a block or on some sort of easy supportive lift under your seat. And then from there, take a moment to notice that there may be a little tension in the knees. Is it too much? If it's too much, lift up your seat higher by adding some extra cushion. High enough so that you feel supported and so that the tension is only what's required to hold the legs in place and not so much that it breeds any sort of pain or discomfort. And then from there, roll the shoulders up and back a bit, maybe let them slide down the back. Take some circles. Notice there's a muscular tension that lifts the shoulders up towards the ears, and then the corresponding release can drop them back down. And if you circle around and around and around, you notice that there is a cyclical nature to the tension. There is contraction and release all the time. And then as you drop the shoulders next, pause for a moment, feel an open space across the front of your heart. And inhale, raise your arms up, and then turn one palm up to face the ceiling, and then use the other hand to link the fingers. And then lift up the hands, lift the arms, lift the shoulders. Let them rise up. Take a long, slow inhale. And then on the exhale, keep your hands linked like they are. Poke your elbows out to the sides. Bring the hands in front of the chest. And create a little bit of tension, pulling the linked fingers apart. And then explore what sort of release you can experience in the shoulders, the chest, the jaw, the belly, the seat, the tail descending down toward the earth. So yes, there's some tension here to hold the hands in this linked manner with the elbows poked out wide. And that coexists with all of the ease in the rest of the body. So yes, there is some tension in the air as we approach this critical moment where this particular election season will come to a close. And we can still have some sense of ease and softness in the way we surround ourselves with awareness, with each other, with breath. So now release the hands, open out the arms wide. Pause, let the arms sort of float in the air. And then on the next inhale, raise them up again and turn the other palm to face the ceiling. And link the fingers again. Press the arms up. Breathe. Let everything rise. The hands, the wrists, the forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders. Let it all rise. Take in a breath. And then on the exhale, poke the elbows out. Take the forearms so they form a parallel line. Rest the hands at a level in front of the chest. And then pull apart the linked fingers, expressing into each other with intention to stay connected and with an awareness that the pulling can create space across the shoulders and the chest. And breathe. And breathe. And then on the next exhale, release. Open up the arms wide. Let them float on the clouds of energy that surround your space. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, slowly float the arms down. And then shake them out and let everything soften and squiggle around. And now I'll invite you to come up to stand. If you have 2 blocks handy, we're going to go through some a series of sun salutations, and blocks can be helpful as we insert some standing poses along the way. If blocks are not handy, you can use a ledge or a wall or a table or a chair, or you can just flow through it freely and carefully with attention to where the tension holds the body intact and where soft freedom can flow. So palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold forward, hands onto something, whether that's blocks or furniture or legs or the floor. Inhale, lift up the heart partway, bend the knees a touch. Climb the shoulder blades onto the upper back. And then exhale, fold down, straighten the legs, let the head and the neck and the whole spine hang. On the next inhale, step 1 foot back, all the way back. Let the hips sink, let the back leg stay rising. Take a couple of breaths here, and then release the back knee down to the floor. And inhale, reach up, nice and tall. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Turn towards your open side and hook the elbow somewhere inside the leg. And then release and turn towards your closed side. And now you have a new elbow underneath. Let it rest somewhere near your leg. Turn the heart to the side. And then turn back to center. Bring the hands to the blocks or the furniture or the floor. Tuck the toes on the back. Straighten the back leg. And pause. And then press off your back foot to step forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Repeat with the other leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up part way, little bend in the knees, open the heart forward. Exhale, fold down. Step the other leg all the way back. Release the hips, but keep the back leg in tension. It is holding its position up. But the pelvis itself, as a result of that tension, the holding, the exertion of strength on the back leg, the pelvis itself can release. The hips can soften. And then the back knee to the floor. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Turn to your open side. Maybe the bottom elbow can dip somewhere inside the leg. And then turn to the closed side. The opposite elbow comes down somewhere near or on the leg. And then turn to center, hands on something. Tuck the back toes, straighten the leg. Pause for a breath. Get some good leverage off the back foot to step forward. Hang the head, the neck, the spine. Long, steady breath in and out. And then inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale again, reach up tall. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, lift up the chest, turn it forward slightly, climb your shoulders up onto your upper back. Exhale, fold down. Step one foot back. Pause here with that same play of tension that holds the back thigh up in space and that allows the pelvis to soften down in space. Now, turn to your open side, lift one arm to twist, just like we did before, except last time the knee was down on the back leg, this time it's up. And then release and turn to the other side. And then two hands down. Get some leverage off the back foot to step forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, center. Second side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lift up part way, deep breath. Exhale, fold. Other leg goes back. Hold the tension that straightens and raises the back leg. And the freedom and softness that lets the pelvis descend. Turn to your open side, reach up. And release. Turn to the other side, twisting. And release. Press off the back foot, step forward. Hang your head, your neck, your jaw, your spine. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lift up part way and fold. Step one foot back. This time plant the heel on the floor. Turn to your open side, let go of whatever you're holding on to with one hand and put that hand on your hip. And see if you can let the hips come into line with your back leg and the side torso. And then add to that line with your top arm for a side angle pose. And breathe. And then take the hand that's reaching, bring it back down onto something, blocks, furniture, leg, floor. Lift up your back heel and come again into a twist. And then release. Good. And then press off the back foot, step forward again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. So part of what this practice does, at least for me and maybe for you, lift up part way and fold down, is it takes some of the mental tension that admittedly I've experienced recently, and shifts it into the body. We're stepping the other foot back. Shifts it into the body into some useful purpose. Bring the back heel down. Let the pelvis sink into line with the back leg and the torso. Add the arm to the line for side angle pose. So that I'm putting the tension to work in the body and I'm experiencing the simultaneous holding in certain places and releasing in other places. Bringing my whole being back into balance. At least that's the hope. Turn back to face the floor. Lift up the back heel. Add a twist. And release. Step off the back foot. Step forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, center. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lift up part way. Bend the knees. Turn the heart forward. Slide the shoulders up onto the back. Exhale, fold down. Step 1 foot back. Bring the heel to the floor. Sink the hips so they're in line with the back leg and the torso. And then take the arm that belongs to the back leg side, reach it forward, and then backstroke it up. So tension in the legs to hold your steady anchor as you rise up into a warrior. And breathe. Now from here, I'll invite you to bend your elbows and link your fingers like we did in the beginning, pulling apart. And then turn your heart to face the front leg. And turn around so the chest starts to turn to the other side. So we're not going to create any unnecessary tension in the lower back, no strain or compression, but just finding how much freedom there is in the upper torso to rotate. Turn back to where you started. Open up the arms again. Inhale, reach up. Instead of turning back to the blocks, we're going to straighten the front leg and turn all the way around to the other side. Bend the front knee. Take the arms out. And now lace your fingers again. Link them together with the other hand, the other set of fingers on the outside. Some steady breaths. And then add a little rotation around and back and around and back. And one more time. And open up the arms. And straighten the leg and turn around to the first side. And then swim forward, hands down on something. Lift up the back heel, bend the front knee. Drop the knee to the ground. Put the blocks, if you're using them, off to the side. Step your front foot back to table pose and do a few rounds of hammock back and rainbow back and forth. And then next time you're in the hammock back, pause here, tuck your toes, and press back into downward facing dog. Slow, steady breaths. Certainly, there's tension required in dog pose to be holding yourself in this way, with your legs off the center of gravity and more weight on your hands than you're accustomed to.
So you work with what muscles need to be engaged, where in the connective tissue is there contraction, and then where can you still maintain some freedom in the jaw, in the outer arms and shoulders wrapping around, in the hamstrings gently giving way. And then release your knees to the floor and drop back partway to child's pose and walk your hands a little bit forward. And then come back forward with the hips almost to the floor, but not quite. Do that back and forth a few times. When you come forward next time, just take a little dip down, bending the elbows like a tiny little taste of a push-up, not much. Tiny little taste, dipping down, coming back up. And now bring the hands back to a normal position for table pose. Slide both knees off to one side. And then drop down onto a hip. Now turn your heart to face forward. And with your palms wide, fingers spread and rooted into the mat, dip down, a little push-up. Maybe you go a little further and come back up. Breathing as you move. I like to inhale my way down and exhale my way up. Maybe it works better for you the other way. One more. And then lift up off the hip and slide your knees to the other side. Come down onto the other hip. Face your heart toward the front of the mat. Spread the fingers wide, root the palms, and a little dip down and up and down and up. You can play with turning the elbows out as you drop down or hugging them in and back as you drop down. One more. And then back to center. And drop your hips back to child's pose. And release. Take care of your knees. Pad up under your seat to make this doable. Widen the knees if that feels better. Make space for all of you that is in your belly. Open up, release, and breathe. And then come slowly back up. Bring the knees together, come back to sit. And then return to the position we started with the block under your seat, between your heels, or some pillow or other padding, so that you can sit with your knees together and allow the pelvic floor to descend evenly down toward the earth. And just simply rest your palms on your thighs for a moment. Scan the body for tension, the kind that you need that breeds some strength and stability. And then any leftovers that are unnecessary that you can soften and breathe away. Let's take one arm up, reach to the ceiling, and then tip over to the side. Slow, steady breaths. And then back up. Other side. Reach the arm, deepen the breath. And then exhale as you reach over.
And then come back up, sit tall. Lift both arms now, inhale. Exhale, a little twist to one side. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, reach. And exhale, soften, arms come down. Slow, steady breaths, sitting tall. Holding steady, excuse me, in the presence of this moment with just enough tension to keep you present and alert, functional, capable, strong, and courageous. And just enough corresponding ease to keep you flexible and mobile and compassionate and open. And then bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you all peace and ease and good health and enough tension in your life so that you can be functional and productive and capable, and enough ease in your life so that you can flow moment to moment with grace. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Take good care. Oh, thank you, Laura. You are so welcome. So glad you're here. Thanks, Marla. Be well, everybody. Bye-bye.